Salah by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakha Kwadash. Want to give double honor to our apostles, who are elders, which are of GMS, who rule well, and say the blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching enduring truth and sincerity. Um, and also blessed salutations to you women and you men and you children that follow the truth and sincerity. This is a lesson, right? You know, the title of the lesson is different from what the lessons actually is, because H.C. King Tone Latin and black gang leaders get life, while white ones like Sammy the Bull is out. That's on point, because this I didn't you know, we didn't watch this one in particular. This is a this this guy's video has been streaming around, one in particular. It's going over, you know, and he got emotional and got really, you know, intense about the way Jake is treated. You know, another example of the double standard of Esau and how they execute their judgment. And he mentioned something about the draconian laws. The draconian laws is of laws or their application excessive, harsh, and severe. And you know, Jake goes through a lot of that sentiment of being under the punishment of draconian laws, man. You know, basically getting that severe and harsh punishment compared to Esau, just like the Edomite that raped the chick behind the dumpster, and they say, oh, he got a future. Everybody got a fucking future. Just like when Jake said Black Lives Matter, Esau said all lives matter or blue lives matter. He raped a woman behind a bench, but you'll destroy Bill Cosby. Like his future of his kids and things like that, and his legacy doesn't matter. You know, things like that. So, just wanted to point that out. So let's get into these scriptures real quick. You know, in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, it says, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children." So that sentiment is brought out because can you get that the Lord made man upright? You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to bring out these two scriptures back to back, because our people, you know, learn the way of the heathen, and that's the problem. You know, yeah, you know, nobody's condoning gang violence, nobody's condoning, you know, drug dealing, nobody's condoning murder, you know, but what the thing is that nobody should be condoning it, and nobody should be getting separate judgments. That's the problem with Esau. Esau is void of judgment. He will not judge aright. You know, some may say that, you know, if another nation was ruling, they'd be more lenient to their nation. That is not true. That's far away from true. You know what I'm saying? The truth is that, look, we're in this position as Israelites because of the Lord is not biased, because the Lord is not biased compared to his judgment, as Hebrews chapter 10 and 26 says. Not that in particular, but he says he chastises who he chastises are his sons. So the Lord is afflicting us right now, and there's no way that Esau can say anything about our condition right now, considering that the Lord put us in this slavery, because we are meant to rule the earth. The Lord put us at the lowest of the low. You know. Go ahead, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 29. It says, "Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions."
Yeah, he made man upright, but he sought out many inventions. What are those inventions? Ideas, Bloods, Crips, uh, policies, laws. You know, inventions. Just like with the Maccabees. You know, certificates, degrees, ideologies. The Lord made us all naturally to be pre-genetically disposed to serving him and worshiping him. That's why our people as a whole always pray to a God or some type of God. You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures say what? They have the zeal, but not according to knowledge. You know, and then the second Ezra says, name anybody that have, you know, what name of people have served thee but us? You know, or was it second Ezra 6:30, I believe, or 3:30? You know, it's in our DNA. We're pre-genetically disposed to serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, and Esau is pre-genetically disposed to resisting him.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 3, and that's a good read. I'm going to start from verse 31, if you don't mind. It says, I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion?
Yeah, you know, so it's like right now Esau is ruling. So are they better than us? You know, but we can't get confused with the Lord's will, the Lord's prophecies. We see Esau riding around these cars. You see their neighborhoods. You see their houses. You know, me, I do deliveries to houses, man, and these houses be plushed out, man. And most of them houses are in the hills and shit like that. And you be looking like, damn, man. You know, when they got a house to the point that they don't have blinds in their window.
Yeah.
You know, but Esau may not have a blind in the window, but we ain't gonna have to have a door in front of our house when we get in the kingdom. We could just drape a curtain over for privacy's sake. You know.
It says, or is there any other people that know of thee besides Israel? Or what generation have so believed thy covenants as Jacob?
Yeah. What nation have believed that covenants other than Jacob? Jacob is synonymous with the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We believe in the covenants. We believe in the ways of the Most High. But even the lowest of our people are starting to go into other doctrines and to not believe in the Most High. You know, we dealt with a guy on the highways last week. You know, Satan, man, grin his ugly head. We dealt with a guy in that last week, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I believe in a book. I believe, or it was like with the Israelites or something around that." Did he admit that?
Yeah, he believes there were the Israelites, but he doesn't fully believe. He believes pieces of the scriptures.
Yeah. So basically, he believes in other inventions.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in the whole word of the Most High because he let somebody else discourage him. You know, it's like working at a job and you're excited to work at this job, and someone comes and they start bad mouthing the job, and it makes you look at the job differently. You're easily influenced. Matter of fact, let's get that with the not in Isaiah. I think it's in Matthew's when it's talking about the seed.
God.
You know, because we are in a lot of atmospheres. We are in a lot of places to where Satan to come and steer us in a certain way, but the Most High puts in our spirit to keep us on par. You know, just like Satan tried to steer Yahweh Shai. You know, but Satan's able to steer you 2/3 because you're wooed by those inventions, those ideas. Okay.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 18. It says, "Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart."
Yeah. So that sower is ultimately Yahweh Shai, but the sower is us also. We're the ones out there sowing the seeds through Yahweh Shai. And they don't understand it, they don't get it. And then you have someone come up and say, you know, yeah, they bugged out, they on drugs, or they hate people. And that's enough to get you to turn around because you don't understand it. There's so much information there that you can't process because reason. The reason is let's see, fuck, it never does that, but it's so good.
Say Christmas spirit.
Yeah, man. You know, jolly time of giving, spams, but yeah. Um, basically you didn't understand the truth, but then you got society that is automatically against the will of the Most High. You know, where it says, "Marvel not that the world hated you; just know that it hated me first." You know what I'm saying? This world, I'm talking about it, when we say world, we're talking about a government, but what I mean in that sentiment is basically the bulk of society. You know what I'm saying? They hate the will of the Most High. They want the benefits. You know, a portion of them want the benefits, but they hate the will of the Most High. That's why they say the laws are done away with. Things of that sentiment. So when we're out here doing the work, they hate that. You know, so when you can't understand the word, they're going to hate.
Exactly.
You know.
Yep. It says, "This is he which received seed by the wayside."
Yep. So the seeds ain't really take root. You know.
Finish off this Esdras.
No. That's more than that. There's
Okay,
the thorns and you know.
Okay. This is reading on. It says, verse 20. It says, "But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while."
Yeah. So there's people that fall out. You know, there's people that hear it, and then you hear what you got to do, and you're like, you can hear us talking. By the time you get to your home, you sparking up the blunt. You know.
It says, "Yet he had not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended."
Yeah. By and by he stumbles. You know, because offense just means to stumble, something that you trip over. Okay, go ahead, brother.
"He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful."
Yeah, that's right, and that's the second one, and this one pertains to the last guy that we dealt with last week, based off of you know the cares of this world, because his rebuttals was all worldly.
Yeah.
His rebuttals, the Israelite woman to Esau not being the Edomites, and he said that they're the Arabs. But I'm asking him, well, where biblically is that prophetically consistent? Oh, you see, I really don't believe in the Bible like that. Well, why you believe in Esau? Why you believe in being an Israelite?
Yeah.
Why even touch that if you're not gonna believe in something wholeheartedly? I'm not gonna read something for you got to pick through the bones, but like it's not gonna be just inconsistent like that. You know.
It says, "But he that receives seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth, some an hundredfold, some 60, some 30.
Yep. That's pretty much it. So I want to get this. While the brother, I'm gonna get this while you pull out what you got, brother. Micah chapter 6 verse 8. I'm just gonna get 6 verse 8. The point is in 10. It says, "He hath shown thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with the Most High. The Lord's voice crieth unto the city, and the man of wisdom shall see thy name. Hear ye the rod, and who hath appointed it." So the Lord is saying, basically, when He shows these signs, men in the Lord will recognize it. You know, in the afflictions that we go through, we'll recognize who appointed it. Okay?
Exactly.
It says, verse 10, it says, "Are there yet the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, and the scant measure that is abominable? Shall I count them pure with the wicked balances, and with the bag of deceitful weights? For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. Therefore also will I make thee sick in smiting thee, and making thee desolate because of thy sins." So this is the judgment of the rich, which is mainly right now is Esau and a portion of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, the rich is just the rich of this world. The people, because in order to be rich in this world, you got to be a nigga, man. You got to be scandalous. You got to be a thief. You got to be a robber. You know.
And the scriptures, because the scriptures tell you that, it tells you that you can't serve God and mammon. So you have to. Jake chooses a side. You know, and like the brother saying, in order to be successful in Esau's kingdom as an Israelite, you know, you got to completely deny the Most High, man. You know. This is Second Ezra's, chapter 3 and verse 33. It says, "And yet their reward appeareth not, and their labor hath no fruit. For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth, and think not upon thy commandments."
Yeah, so they don't think upon the law, statutes, commandments. They're increasing. They're balling out of control. They're buying a new house. They're getting all the bitches. They're eating the most finest of foods, things like that. And they don't consider that what they're doing is wrong, even though they know that they're doing is wrong. But they're like, basically, if I'm benefiting like this, how can it be wrong?
Exactly.
Which is just a narcissistic way of thinking, you know.
It says, "Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there is also that dwell in the world. And so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments?"
That's us, man. We kept the commandments. What people? You know what I'm saying? Try us. You know?
"Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen."
That's right. So I'm gonna get this last one. If the brother has anything, he can, pull out what he has.
Okay.
You know, in Habakkuk 2:15, it says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink." And that's Esau. Esau gave us a drink of democracy, drug dealing, uh, hatred, unnecessary hatred, the love doctrine, the prosperity doctrine, things of that nature. Esau gave us many things to drink, right? It says that puttest thy bottle to him and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. So now you got him drunken. Now it's like, okay, now I'm about to, and I see the things that you do. So you give Jake Jordans, you give him drugs, you give him guns. Like he said in the video, you'll sit there and talk about this Latin king, but then you got Sammy the Bull, you got Bonnie and Clyde, you got the kid that shut up the church. Now you want to do gun violence. Now you want to do who gave this kid this gun, how he got that gun. But when Jake do the same crime, you're not worried about who got the gun. You're accusing him. This is the same as I did the last lesson with dealing with the double standards of Esau, showing how when the three New Jersey women, the Israelite women got in a wreck, it's like, oh yeah, you putting out all kind of news on how they was drinking before. You're not doing why they didn't catch an Uber and trying to figure out a way to solve it. You're saying like they drunk driving and but when these four teenagers in Gretna were drunk driving,
Yeah.
you're trying to you got a fucking a reward out to find out who sold them the liquor. A reward for them underage drinking. You know what I'm saying? You could damn near go anywhere, but you're about to drop the hammer on somebody's business and doing what's supposed to be done to anybody, but you're not going to take those same measurements of precaution for Israel.
Exactly.
Which shows these people are not for our turn, man.
I'm going to get this precept here in Psalm 73. And it's a good read, but I'm going to just get straight to the point. It's Psalm 73 and verse 16. It says, "When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I therein." And the reason why I wanted to bring that out, is because at the beginning of the chapter, exactly what the brother was going into, how Esau's mentality is towards Jake, how his pride puffeth him up, how he lives, all these different things that he does, the injustice, the false balances, and he said it was too painful for me until I went to the sanctuary, then I seen their end. So the Most High is going to bring down judgment on all the injustice that's being done.
Yeah, the
You
scripture
know?
said don't envy the wicked for their for their riches.
Yeah, it says, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You know,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's pretty much all I want to get on that because the spirit wouldn't let me to go without bringing that out, man.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So with that being said, we want to say call halal unto
To
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kwadash. I want to say double honor to our apostles, to our elders who rule well, and blessed salutations to your brothers out there teaching enduring truth and sincerity. Blessed salutations to the confusion of faces, the wheat amongst tears. Blessed salutations to you women that follow and you men that follow truth and sincerity. Hey, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.